Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with a get ready with me. I'm off to a barbecue. Well, it's a bit grey today, so it might turn into an indoor barbecue, but anyway, it's kind of it's nice, but it's not kind of formal enough to be going out makeup, so this is kind of just be really nice fresh summer look. I have dry skin, so I'm going to try and get really nice dewy looking healthy skin, so let's get on with it. Firstly, I have just moisturised my skin with Elizabeth Arden 8-hour Queen 8-hour cream. This is really good. This is, I think, maybe my second tube of this. I love it. It is a little bit pricey, but I definitely would recommend it. It's really good. And then I'm just going to, for my lips, I'm just going to use, I don't know how to pronounce this name. Is it Nux? Nux? I don't know, it's French. Nux? No, it's not that. And this is just their lip balm. It's one that quite a lot of people use. And I really like this. At first, when everyone was going on about it, I was like, really? But it's really nice. It's really thick, but it's not too cakey. And it's really nice to put under, well, for me, because I've got dry lips, so it's really nice to put under mattes because it's a matte finish. It's not kind of like glossy Vaseline or anything like that. It's very matte, so it's really nice to apply any lipstick over the top or gloss, whatever you want to do. It's really nice. It doesn't affect the product that you're going to put on top of it. Just makes your lips really nice and hydrated. I'm just quickly going to prime with Professional by Benefit. This is just a little mini sample. I'm trying to use all my little sampley bits up, so I'm just going to squeeze whatever is left in here. I don't think it's going to be a lot. I'm just going to put that all over my face. I burnt my finger while I was getting ready actually. I've used a new kind of like Frizzies thing by John Frieda, but it's if anyone's used that, it's kind of similar to that, but it's actually from Tresemme. I got a free sachet with the ASOS magazine, so I've just been trying that out, and it's meant to keep your hair kind of frizzless for 4 washes. So let's see if it can work miracles. So I've just tried that, and what you have to do is you have to straighten your hair to kind of get the heat to make it work. And what I did was I've burnt my finger there on my straighteners. I don't know whether that's going to show up properly, but it's quite sensitive, so when I'm using the products, I'm a bit worried I'm going to hurt it, but it's okay. I'll live. And then the foundations that I'm going to use, I'm kind of going to mix 2 dewy ones together, mainly because of shading. Firstly, it's the Wake Me Up by Rimmel and the L'Oreal Lumi Magique. These are both really nice if you have dry skin and or even if you've got oily skin really. It's kind of just knowing how to work with the products, but they're both really nice dewy foundations. So I'm literally just going to pop a little bit of that on my hand, a little bit of that on my hand too. The Lumi Magique one, the L'Oreal one, is a little bit more runny, so just bear that in mind, that you're working with different consistencies. Okay, the mirror is literally behind the camera, so I'm sorry if I'm looking above you. I feel like I haven't done a makeup video in such a long time, so I feel a bit out of touch, but hopefully I'll get back into the swing of it. I have a new dressing table that's going to come hopefully next week. So I'm going to actually move from this white background. Obviously I'm on my bed. I'm going to move from this background so that the light won't be washing me out as much, and I'll be sitting over there, which is really it's going to be a lot better because it's closer to my makeup. So if I do forget something, I can literally just pop my arm over, rather than now I've got to actually get up, which obviously stops the whole filming process and can be really annoying. So yeah, I'm also just using the buffing brush by Real Techniques. Any kind of flat top kabuki I like. I just find I get a really nice coverage, and more flawless as well. I just find that it's it just works with the product better, flat top ones, rather than definitely more than normal foundation brush, you know, like the paint brushes. I really don't like those at all. I'm not going for a completely flawless coverage. I'm just going for that nice, a nice healthy look. Concealers, I have gone a little bit over the top with concealers. I have brought with me 4. Why do I need 4? I'm using 2 foundations and 4 concealers. My skin isn't actually that bad. I'm quite lucky that I don't actually have that bad like acne or scarring or anything like that. So I don't know why I've just decided to use all these products. But anyway, I'm first going to go in with the Soap and Glory Kick-Ass Concealer. Sorry, my camera just cut off, so I'm just going to resume where I was. I think I was talking about concealers. I'm going to use this side here to cover blemishes, and I'm going to use this side for under my eyes. This is, I think, the medium shade. I would have got light, but they didn't have it in stock. So I am, when I find it somewhere, it's always out of stock. When I find it, I'm going to buy the lighter one, just for, I think this is just slightly too dark. I need it to be a little bit more salmony. And I'm just going to use my finger to do that. I'm just going to get in and try and cover kind of just a little bit of the dark circles. The textures are a little bit different between them as well. If you've used them, you'll notice that. And yeah, I'm just going to dab this around my nose on any blemishes. Just taking literally just the smallest amount. This covers really nicely and blends really nicely into the skin as well. The one that's going to be used as an actual lightening concealer under my eyes is the 17 Pore Paint. It's a heavy duty under eye. I got this in Fair. And you just want to make sure you've got this right on the inner corner bit as well. Over. I'm not going to bring it all the way down my cheek. But these are really nice, they're really creamy. And I just find, you see, that they cover dark circles and get rid of your kind of lines really nicely without being too heavy. Even though I have used 2 creamy concealers, they don't ever look cakey on me, because I just use a really fine amount because they blend really nicely. You only need the smallest little bit. And then I'm going to go back to my Soap and Glory Kick-Ass Concealer, and I'm going to use the powder that comes on top. And this is with the Real Techniques setting brush. I'm going to quickly just go on to my... I don't actually know what I'm wearing yet, so I'm kind of just keeping the makeup very simple. I'm just going to use the Makeup Revolution eye palette in, I think this is in Essential Mattes. So this is very similar to, or this bit here is kind of really similar to the Urban Decay Basics, Naked Basics palette. That's the only Basics palettes that I don't, the only Naked palette that I don't actually own, so I can't compare it, but these are kind of meant to be. First I'm just going to use the Urban Decay, what's this, Primer Potion? Yeah, this is really old, so all my writing's rubbed off, but I'm just going to pop literally just a small amount on here and then blend that in. You can also use like a MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, something like that, that's got kind of a long lasting power that's going to just make a really nice base for you to apply your makeup. The colours that I'm going to be using is, first I'm just going to use this sort of light brown here as an all over base colour, and again I'm just going to be using a Real Technique. I use a lot of Real Techniques brushes, I've just realised. This is the domed shadow brush, and I'm just going to pop that on. This is really similar to my actual shade of my eye, my eyelid, my skin, I guess, my skin colour, that's what I'm after. And so yeah, this would work really nicely with just a nice base. a matte base, so I'm just going for, obviously everything that I'm going to be using is mattes, the whole palette is going to be matte, so I'm sorry I can't actually zoom you in, it won't focus if I do that, so I'm just going to try and sit a little bit closer, like that. I have hooded eyes as well. I'll take this slightly darker brown and just pop that in the crease very lightly, and just backwards and forwards. You can kind of do circular if you want. I just kind of do the windscreen wiper motion when I'm kind of just being really quick with my makeup. And as I say, because I do have hooded eyes, I'm just going to take, I'm not going to put any more on my brush, but I'm just going to take the rest of this and blend it slightly upwards. Not too high, but just so it's above where the crease is, to give me a bit more of definition to my eye, because I don't naturally have any. I'm then going to take this kind of grey colour, I guess, and pop that again in the outer V and crease, just very slightly, and this I'm going to do in circular motions. And then I'm just going to take this sort of milky pink colour on my brush. I'm using the same brush for this, just because they're all mattes and I find that these blend really nicely anyway. I don't need to change them. And I'm just going to pop that on the main bit of my lid and slightly blend into that crease and to the outer V. And then just to define that a little bit more, I'm going to take that matte black, not the matte black, the matte brown, dark brown I did originally, just pop that again in my crease. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that again and blend my bottom lash line. Don't be worried about the fact you're using such a big brush on such little eyes, but that's fine. If you want, you can kind of put a little bit of a shimmery brown just in the middle and smoke that out, and that would look really, really nice. Okay, so that's literally the shadow done. I'm just going to use two mascaras now. I'm going to use the 1x1 by Maybelline, which is the waterproof version, because I just found that that holds my lashes better, and the Thick and Fast by Soap and Glory. Fringes always get in the way. Mascara. Okay, I'm now not going to powder my face at all because I want to kind of keep the dewiness in there, but I am going to bronze my skin. I'm going to use just a matte bronzer by MAC, and the Multitask, is this? Yep, the Multitask brush by Real Techniques, and I'm just going to pop that kind of in the place of contour. Kind of at the top of my head, all around the border of my face, kind of in that 3, and a little bit down my neck in that 3 motion. Then I'm going to nick a little tip that I got from Rosie from RPS Makeup. She actually uses for her contour a fan brush, which I've never thought of before. I absolutely love her. I will leave a link in the down bar to her if you haven't seen her before, but she's really good. She's so funny as well, and she's just so normal, and her channel's getting bigger and bigger, and I love it. I watch every single video. I love her. I was going to get the Sleek Contour Kit. This is quite a dark one for me. This is a medium. Oh my god, what was that? Oh my god, what was that? Highlighter just went everywhere. Take a little bit of that on the brush. Oh god, how does she do this? I've never done this before, so I'm a bit worried. Okay, and then just make the fish face. This is really interesting. Obviously I do have bronzer on already, so you can't really see the, I'm not seeing the full kind of effect. I normally just use a tapered brush to do my highlight, to do my contour. I'm then going to take my blusher from NARS and just pop that kind of towards the back of my cheek here. And just bring that just a little bit forward onto the apples. I've got quite a, I think I've got quite chubby cheeks, so I like to keep it more towards the back and kind of try to sculpt my face a little bit, if that's working, if you can see that. And then just for my highlight, I'm going to take an Elf small stippling brush and MAC Soft and Gentle. This is probably the dustiest powder I've ever used. It goes absolutely everywhere. And I'm just popping that the tops of my cheekbones. And a little bit down the bridge. And Cupid's bow. Very old HD brow kit that doesn't have anything on the front anymore apart from the word Foxy. And I'm just going to take, these absolutely smashed when I dropped my bag the other day. I'm going to take the two dark brown colours and just very softly fill in my brows. I don't do anything amazing with my brows, I literally just fill them in. I don't like them too kind of structured, but I just like to fill them in to kind of get that colour in places where it's a bit patchy. And then I just take a little spoolie and just run that through. So mine are just really natural. I don't do kind of anything majorly out there. Again, I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to wear, so I've got two choices. I've got Speed Dial, which is a pink from MAC. It's coming up a bit more, it's kind of a bit more rosy. It's coming up a bit more bubblegum. Or I have my new L'Oreal L'Extraordinaire in Tangerine Saute, which is this. So depending on what I wear, they are the ones that I am going to pick from, because obviously I don't have a lot of colour anywhere else. I'm probably going to go, where I've used a pinky colour on my cheeks, I'll probably go with Speed Dial. So I'm just going to pop that on now actually. And I'll see you in my next video. Take care.